Good morning, everybody. We're back again. Another week started. It's the 27th of June, 9:15 local time to me. So it's time to go over the pairs once again that we're following. As always, EURGBP is the first one to start off with. I've actually moved my stop loss to 85 cents. Just there. As the swaps do build up, I'm just moving my stop loss further and up to secure more profits, because I don't want to end up with nothing really with my run. I want to secure profits, so obviously I'm relying on this bull run to continue. Again, unfortunately, this week there's not much really that I can give you. I can pretty much say that this zone's been broken out. Actually, we can remove that. This actually does look like a demand zone was created around here as we broke this supply zone here. This looks like a little nice demand zone that was created, so you could potentially look for buys around this area, but it's a little bit risky at the moment for me on EURGBP, considering we've held this bullish trade for so long. So if you did follow me, we'll just keep holding for now, and yeah, we'll update again on a new move later on. But unfortunately, there's nothing I'm going to be giving out to trade on this pair for now. So with that pair covered, we'll move to GBPJPY, and it's looking like a good setup is forming today here. As I said, if we can get a buy on this little demand zone here, then I will take the buy, and today's candle will determine that. If we can get a close around this area and it doesn't break below these candles, then I will look to buy tomorrow or today on the candle close. So yeah, I did send this setup out on my pictures that I post on the forums and on my social media pages, so obviously you'll be aware of what I was looking for on that one. So if you're watching this video today, get ready for the end of the day, the candle close. If it doesn't close engulfing bearish below these candles here, then I'm going to look to get a buy on, and hopefully we can break this supply zone on the next try and continue on the bullish trend up towards the 174 area, 172 at least. Yeah, so that's the setup on the pound Japanese yen that I'm looking at. So keep your eye on that one today, and we'll see how the day pans out. So with that, we'll move to EURAUD, and I sent out a setup yesterday. We haven't traded this pair for a long time since we caught this big move down here. As you can see, we just moved sideways in this range, but now price is looking like it's going to break out to the upside, because we're trading now above the moving average. The moving average is about to turn to the upside also, and there is some imbalances here to fill along the way up. So I'd like price to push down a little bit further. If we can get price to come to this demand zone and coincide with the moving average and get some dynamic support from the moving average as well as the demand zone, then it should be a cracking trade. So hopefully over the next couple of days we can see a little bit more downwards movement, possibly with a little bit of strength from AUD to give us that entry on this demand zone. So whether or not you've seen my post that I posted out yesterday, that's what we're looking for in EURAUD. This is the setup that I'm looking to take on this pair. So a little bit more downwards movement, and then catch the buy on a couple of confluences at this demand zone with the moving average as support as well. So that's EURAUD. With that covered, we'll move to GBPUSD, and as of last week, well, from a couple of weeks ago, I wanted price to come down this demand zone. It's pretty much moving sideways, so there's not much going on with GBPUSD at the moment. So yeah, we'll wait for this pair. I mean, we've got some other setups forming, so it's still at the bottom in this big bearish trend that we've had. So you know, a breakout of this trend line or this long channel that we were in, and then we could look to buy possibly a break above the, turn that to black, and then further movement upwards. That's what we're looking for on GBPUSD. If it did come back down to this demand area, then I would get a buy on also. But yeah, I break out above this trend and then above this into this channel and get a buy on the retest. It could look like a nice continuation trade for GBPUSD, but again at the moment there's no entry zone for me. So that's what I'm looking for on GBPUSD. So with that covered, we will move to EURUSD, and it's pretty much the same. You could have got a buyout on this one, which I didn't take. I wasn't watching at the time. It was a good signal for us, a double bottom and then a couple of 50% candles which finished bullish, so you could have got a nice buy on, but again there's no power. As you can see, it's just moved sideways, then we got a little break back up, the bearish trend continued, and down it went. Yeah, so there's not much going on EURUSD. Let's just let me have a little adjustment. There does look to be a W double bottom formation forming, but again there's just no power because the DXY has been so heavily manipulated and there's no real movement going on. So I would have liked to got a buy on here, but I did miss it. So if, again, as I said last week, if price does come back down, then we'll look to buy again. If not, then it might be best to wait for a break of this high, possibly even this supply zone, and get trading above the moving average. Then we can start to look to get buys on. But as for now, currently, I'm not buying here because the stock could be too large to take. So unfortunately, it's a waiting game for EURUSD. So with that pair covered, we'll move to gold. Gold again is pretty much not doing much over the last few weeks. Just moved sideways in this range. You could say in this little demand zone here, and this little zone here. It's just moving sideways in this range. Again, I wanted to get a sell on this supply zone here, but price didn't come all the way back up. Once moving average comes down and we do get some interaction with it, then we could possibly get a sell. But again, overall, I'm looking to buy from this lower demand zone down here. So yeah, not much really to take on gold at the moment. If price does come up to this trend line and obviously meets with the moving average, then I'll look to get a sell on. So that's what I'm looking for. I will get an intraday sell on down to this demand zone at the bottom here if price does come back up. But again, it's totally dependent on what the movement we see and which direction it does. If it does just start to tank right through, then we'll wait to get a buy on at the demand zone lower. If not, it's just going to move sideways and then it'll give us a direction later on. I suggest when we get out of this this bearish trend here to go back up, or whether it just continues down to the stronger demand zones below. So bit of a waiting game. If it comes up, let's get a little intraday sell on. If not, we'll have to wait until it comes back down to a stronger demand zone below before we get a longer term buy up on gold. So unfortunately, there's not much to go on really this week. So with that pair covered, we'll move to Bitcoin. And we're moving slightly bullish, but again, we're still overall bearish. What's nice to see though is we are making higher highs and higher lows. So as long as we continue in that pattern, I will keep happy. If price does come down back into this demand zone, then I will get a buy on. I said last week if it managed to move along this area, I would get a buy on, but we started moving upwards, so I missed to get a buy on that one. But we could see price just come crashing down again. But again, if it doesn't break the low and it continues to hold in this demand zone, then I'm going to be looking to get the buy on Bitcoin on my crypto trading account. So yeah, not much really going on. We're just holding EURGBP still. GJ is right on the demand zone to get ready to buy, so watch out over today. The daily candle close, we'll see how it closes. Everything else we're just waiting for EURAUD as well. That's a pair that's setting up. So yeah, everything else we're just waiting for price to come into our zones really. So not much really to give you today, unfortunately, apart from GJ and EURAUD over the next couple of days. Yeah, so a bit of a quiet week, waiting for setups to form. So with that, I will see you all next week. Cheers everyone.